So I just got off work today and I am super stiff. So I thought I would do a video today on the things that aggravate my spasticity or that make me stiff. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please stick around. Hi my friends, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video about things that aggravate my spasticity or that make me stiffer than I normally am. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Blemmy. I'm a 36-year-old woman who lives with spastic diplegia, cerebral palsy, and I do YouTube videos based on my life living with a disability. And sometimes I throw in some lifestyle videos here and there because life isn't all about just disabilities, right? So I just got off work and it's been a crazy couple days. We've been short-staffed, we've been really busy, and I am sore, to say the least. I'm still getting into the hang of getting back to work. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below, as well as some of my other videos, if you want to see a little bit more about how cerebral palsy affects me. So one of the biggest factors that causes my spasticity to increase or get worse is the weather. Specifically really cold weather or even moderately cold weather. I live in Canada, and so in the winters it gets really cold, and I mean really cold. Minus 30, 35 degrees Celsius. I'll write what it is in Fahrenheit there for you Americans. But that's winter, and that's a typical winter's day. It does fluctuate where I live, so it's not always that cold, but it gets that cold and it can get colder. And nothing aggravates my spasticity or makes me stiffer than being cold. It is so painful, so very painful. My joints just stiffen up and they lock and they can't move. And it is painful. It radiates all up my leg and it doesn't go away until I'm warm. Not only cold weather that does this, but anytime I'm cold, like if I'm swimming in a cold swimming pool, I just stiffen up right away. Swimming lessons as a kid was in a university Olympic pool, and it was cold and it was not fun. And at that time I couldn't articulate to my mom why I was having such a horrible time, why it hurt so bad to go to swimming lessons, but I was cold and I was stiff and it was awful. You know how people do the polar bear dives? I don't know if they do them where you live, but here they go into a lake or a pond or something in the middle of winter. It's freezing cold and they will jump in just their swimming suit or naked and jump out cold. That sounds like the most horrific thing for me. I would probably just sink like a stone and literally die. Like, that's how rigidly cold and painful it is for me to be cold. So that's one of the ways that things that affect, excuse me, that affect my spasticity is the cold. Another thing that affects my spasticity is if I am overtired. Right away, you know, you hit that threshold and you know you're ready for bed, you know you're ready for sleep. And if you can't, for me, right away, I go spastic and my legs stiffen up and my arms stiffen up and I feel like Tin Man from Wizard of Oz because I can't move. And it's really my body just telling me I need sleep. And that is hard when you're trying to have a night out with friends and your body does that, which leads me to the next way or thing that aggravates my stiffness is alcohol. When I go out with friends and have a drink, instead of loosening me up like alcohol typically does for normal able-bodied people, it does the exact opposite for me. Now, I know that I am Asian or half Asian, and that Asian people tend to be allergic to alcohol, and I do, my face goes red, but I think this more specifically has to do with my CP but I just get stiff and I can't move. And it's not even that I'm drunk, it's just the alcohol in itself. So couple the alcohol with a night out, being overtired, it's painful sometimes and I don't like it. So when I go out now, I used to drink, you know, to be cool with your friends, but now I will just sit there and I will sip a drink, or I won't even have an alcoholic drink because I just don't like how it affects me, you know? Another thing that really affects my spasticity and is really, really, really painful is if I'm lying down or in a position and my foot falls asleep. So it doesn't hurt when the foot's numb and you can't feel it, but when I uncross my legs and start to undo the falling asleep process of the foot, and you know how you get that pins and needles feeling? Oh my gosh, that radiates up my entire body and it sends my entire body into like a spastic shock. I almost feel like there's an electric current going through my whole body, and it lasts for good. It feels like 3 minutes. It's probably not that long, but it does. It takes my breath away and it hurts. So I try to avoid my foot falling asleep at any costs. And I don't know why. It's just when my foot falls asleep that does that. If my hand falls asleep when I'm sleeping or something, you know, you're laying on it awkwardly, it doesn't send the shooting pains down my body like it does when it's my foot that falls asleep. But oh my goodness, is that a way that really affects my spasticity, is that pins and needles, foot falling asleep sensation. And lastly, but certainly not least, another thing that really affects my spasticity that is completely out of my control and probably completely mental is when people are staring at me and like watching me move, you know, like you can just feel the eyes bore in the back of your skull and you know they're watching you, and you feel like they're judging you. Instantly, that makes me like tense up, and it's definitely harder to move. So I really try to block it out when I can and not think of people watching me. But in situations like, you know, I get up from my chair at work and I have to go to the printer and a customer is there and they're watching me, and I instantly get stiffer than I have to be, and it's super awkward and it frustrates me because, like, hello, it's just in my brain, like they probably don't care if it, you know, if I look a little bit strange going to the printer or whatever. I mean, some people do and they definitely comment, and I just tell them it's a birth defect and try to move on. But for the most part, people are really good, you know, and they don't say anything. But like if I'm in the mall or something and I'm trying to move from rack to rack, clothes shopping, and I notice someone watching me, instantly spastic. I'll stiffen up. And yeah, I think that that's mental, but that's a huge one for me. Huge, huge, huge. Do any of these things cause you guys to be stiff and spastic as well? What are some things that affect your spasticity? I'd really like to know. Leave me a comment below. As always, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, share it with a friend, get the word out. It really helps me out. Don't forget, I still have my contest on for the first 1,000 subscribers. All you have to do is be subscribed and leave a comment on any one of my videos. And if you're one of the first 1,000 subscribers, once I get to 1,000, I'll do a draw for those that have commented, and you could win a $50 Amazon gift card. That's it, my friends. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.